Very good morning to our esteemed guest, Ms. Sonia Yadav, my dearest students as well. With the blessings of our founder, President Sir, and the vision of our Chancellor Sir, we are heading the workshop specifically based on analytical skills. Our path has been enlightened by our Vice Chancellor Ma'am for this WAC-based workshop, which will enhance the skills among the students related to accounting analytics and entrepreneurship. Either the students are going to start their own venture, they are joining the family business, they are going for placement. This workshop will support them, assess them, along with it will also teach various skills. Today's the fifth day of our workshop. We are going to welcome our esteemed guest, Ms. Sonia Yadav. Our guest, Ms. Sonia, belongs to Office Administration in International Development Research Center, specifically heading Asia Regional Office. Ma'am is dealing with various domains like financial information management, procurement, information technology, human resource administration. Ma'am is having a 17 years of experience, and Ma'am is also playing a role in a senior management. Ma'am is handling of domains which are very numerous and critical, like office administration, HR operations, information technology, learning and development, marketing and sales. Ma'am is also a certified proctor from SAS, having a PR and analytical skills. Now I request Sonia Ma'am to start the session specifically on the topic corporate social responsibility in administration. Whenever we are talking about the corporate social responsibility, all of us are very well aware that this topic is integrating the business activity, business administration with the social and economic environment, which is essential in present scenario, not only for the company, but also for all these stakeholders. Either these are administration, these are management or stakeholder. Now, I request Sonia Ma'am, kindly start the session. Sonia Ma'am, it's to you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Well, really good morning and good afternoon in the middle of the tunnel. So good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, Renuka ma'am, thanks for inviting me. I'm really delighted that I am just giving the session today on CSR. And apart from that, I'm very well thankful to every student here who has joined us today for this session. And I hope this is going to be a good learnage for everyone. And I think they are going to get the more information according to this session itself, and they will learn more of the things. So hi, everyone, once again, and let me just start with my session itself. So this is basically, it's as well, ma'am told you that I am 18 years, 17 to 18 years experience into the field. So what I learned basically in social responsibility. So hope everyone knows what is social responsibility about, like, what exactly a social responsibility is. So can anyone just on a bit bit note, on a very short note, can anyone like what is social responsibility itself? Can anyone
Yes,
say that?
Students, please give response.
Anyone would like to
give
answer?
Response to ma'am.
Nobody wants to say.
Yes, students, we are waiting. Please write down in a chat box or raise your hands. Actually, ma'am, we have not given them option for
No problem.
unmuting them.
Yeah,
They
no
will write
issues.
down their questions and answer specifically in a chat box.
No issues. No, I think
Please write
Yashika,
down.
yeah, I think Yashika Sachdeva has opened her video and I think she wanted to say something, I guess. No problem.
Yes.
Okay, so let's carry forward. So social responsibility is a sort of, I hope you can really understand social responsibility. It is basically social responsibility comes for every single person, every company, every single institution who takes care of every single bit of their side. Because basically it is itself is a kind of a welfare, you can say, social welfare basically. And if this is the company's initiative to take this such kind of a sort of starting of these tracks or these platforms to give the best to the whole world. All right, so let me start with it basically. One second, guys.
Arihant has written in a chat box. He has
All right,
written social responsibility is a responsibility for welfare of society.
wonderful, very
And we
nice,
are getting one more response from Ayush. It is one's responsibility to do something beneficial
beneficial.
for the welfare of society at large.
Very good answer, very good answer, Ayush. Wonderful, wonderful. So, all right. So let me go with this introduction itself. So I hope you can see the corporate social responsibility is a concept, right? So it's basically a concept for the organizations, basically for the interest of societies, based on the impact of their activities of customers, employees, shareholders, communities, and the environment for aspects of their operations. Basically, it is the initiative of the organization to do the best for the profit of the organization, as well as for the social welfare, as well as for the basically for their welfare, for the charity. I hope you have seen a kind of example I can give you. I hope you have seen the Mumbai beach, everyone, or hope you're aware of it as well, because you have seen in the news as well too, that a lot of people generally eat and throw the garbage over there and the Mumbai beaches and everywhere. So hope you have seen a lot of people, basically a lot of organizations, non-governmental organizations as well. They take the initiative to clean those beaches. Okay? So that is basically a sort of social responsibility which people and which generally organizations take that initiative from their end. That is a sort of basically a simple example of social responsibility, a corporate responsibility. All right. So in very simple words, I would say corporate social responsibility is the idea that a company should plays basically a role where a positive in the community and consider the environmental and social impact of business decisions. This is all for the profit of the organization. Okay, ऐसा भी नहीं है कि they will not give you a kind of platform जहाँ पे they will not take the profitable things, but it is simultaneously there. Basically, it is a kind of a law. It's a legal law now. The CSR has to do these activities from their end. All right. So let me go to the next one. What is the history of the social responsibility? So the history is like the CSR basically, one second, please. CSR truly began to take hold in the US in the 1970s when the concept of the social responsibility between business and society was declared by the Committee for Economic Development in 1971. So this has bring by and brought by these people like from the US itself, and it has been developed in 1971 itself. It has become a sort of legal things basically, and then in 2013 it has come in India. All right, it has become a legal law. Who introduced CSR in India? आप लोगों को दिख रहा है इतना तो? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All
It
right.
is
Okay.
visible.
All right. So in the early 90s, Mahatma Gandhi introduced the concept of trusteeship, helping socio-economic growth. And the CSR was influenced by family values, traditions, and culture and religion on 29th August 2013. तो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा एक ये नमक आंदोलन वगैरह ये सब हुआ था। लोग चाहते थे कि उनका जो भी वो नमक आ रहा है वो वेस्ट नहीं होना चाहिए। वॉट एवर द सॉल्ट दे हैव कलेक्टेड, we have collected all those things just because from our side, because we wanted to just enhance those things to every people in the country, every people in the in the society. They should know what are things we have and what we can do for the best for the socio-economically and growth of the India. So these things happen simultaneously at that point of time as well, which has become a certain examples. Let me go to the next slide, please. Okay. So what is the four corporate social responsibilities are? Sorry. Philanthropic responsibility, which is a sort of a big, we are good corporate citizen. Basically, every corporate citizen is a good one and every people is good. Ethical responsibility, legal responsibility, and the economic responsibility. These are the four corporate social main responsibilities of the organization, of the corporates. All right. The corporate social responsibility is traditionally broken into four categories, which I've already told you. So let's go with the summarize. Philanthropic responsibility refers to a business aim to activity make the world and society a better place. In addition to acting as ethically and environmentally friendly as possible, organizations driven by philanthropic responsibility often dedicate a portion of their earnings. क्या करते हैं लोग आज की डेट में बेसिकली जो उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होती हैं, वॉट एवर द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज दे हैव, they actually they actually dedicate their work to the welfare. Again, I'm saying, I'm using this word again and again because this is basically a welfare itself, a kind of the welfare for the people, welfare for the world, welfare for the environment. So this is why this helps to grow and give the profit to the organizations as well, to get the vast knowledge, to get the to get the responsibility done for them, and so that they can actually, and this is all for the law as well, because इनको ये करना ही होता है क्योंकि इनका ये बेसिकली एक मेन मोटो भी रहता है कि हमें अपनी सोसाइटी को कैसे ग्रो करना है, कैसे उनको इंफॉर्मेशन देना है, हाउ टू गिव देम दी फुल full platform again. Okay, so what is the environmental responsibility? It is the duty that a company has to operate in a way that protects the environment. Many institutional investors evaluate a company's environmental responsibility before investing in its stock. अब आप देख ही रहे हैं environmental responsibility है, तो जैसे मैंने अभी आपको एग्जांपल दिया था, गिवन एन एग्जांपल ऑफ मुंबई बीचेस, राइट? सो व्हाट मुंबई बीचेस आर बेसिकली, इट्स ऑल ऑफ गार्बेज. People used to pick up the garbage from there, put it in a bin, and they'll just take it away from there to clean the beaches very well, to clean it so safe and hygienic for the other people who comes over there with their families, with the kids and everyone, for like not to avoid even though the the problems and the issues of others. It's just only the environmental responsibility to clean the atmosphere and the area. Another one is ethical responsibility. Ethical responsibility is the ability to recognize, interpret, and act upon multiple principles and values according to the standards within a given field and or context. So what is ethical meaning? Can anybody say ethical? आप लोग chat box में लिख सकते हैं. I'll read it, no problem. So ethical is basically the ability to recognize. आप आप किसी से बात करते हैं, you give your best to the company, you give best to the others, what you are doing for the society, what are you doing for others itself in a very in a very good manner. Because how you treat your employee, how you treat your colleagues, how you treat your friends, how you treat your society, family, friends, relatives, and everyone. It is with the same with the companies as well. How we treat with the stakeholders, partners, people, around, surroundings, everyone. So it's basically the ethicality. It's the ability and how they interact, interpret, and act basically. These are the principles and values they have. कंपनी, हर कंपनी का एक प्रिंसिपल, एक आइडिया, एक पर्पस जरूर होता है. इट इज ऑलवेज देयर. So that you have to follow, because this comes all under the law of India now. What is legal responsibility? It is an organization is to comply with all applicable laws and regulations. So legal, of course, everyone knows legal is basically connected to law. And it is the organizations, every organization have a legal department. All right. So what they basically take the things very well to adhere the organization's policies and everything, where they applicable these sort of laws as well, because they take care of the society's welfare, employees, they take care their medical issues and everything, and according to the environment. Again, I am saying this, these are all comes under the CSR responsibility. Economic responsibility is the practice of a firm backing all its financial decisions in its commitment to do good in the areas listed above. The end goal is not to simply maximize profits, but possibly impact the environment, people, and society. It is a very simple subject, by the way, guys. It's a very simple subject. It is all connected. What the organization is doing for the betterment and growth of the society. Because it is from 2019 onwards, it has become an act in every organization to do the best for the company and for the profits and for the social activities and take care of the environment. All right. What is 8 main benefits? It increases employee engagement. आप जब ज्यादा काम करते हैं, आपको ज्यादा मैम जब काम देती हैं, तो आपको मैम एंगेज करती हैं कई कामों में, मैम आपको बताती हैं. इट्स ऑल बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन. दे विल टेल यू आप कैसे एंगेज रह के अपनी चीजों को आप अपना बेटरमेंट के लिए क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. दिस विल हेल्प यू to take more initiative in other informations and fields where you get to understand lot many more things which you don't know nowadays. But the better thing is that it is always increases your, enhances your skills and information basically. All right, guys. Improves bottom line financials. It basically, it is actually also called, basically, if I'll tell you in CSR, it is also called a bottom line, bottom line financial itself also, the CSR, all right? So there's a simple line. So it also improves bottom line financial in the sense like whatever the financials basically organizations earnings and their betterment for the growth of the people and everything that comes all and under the organization's financials itself, accounts and finance basically, but they basically give the a sort of basically they give the sort of budgets also to the organizations to give the welfare for the other people. So they have that sort of informations and the financials to the betterment and growth. Supports local and global communities. So how I am telling you the non-governmental organization nowadays, basically told you NGOs, non-governmental organizations, जो लोगों के लिए काम करती है, उनके अच्छे के लिए काम करती है, उनके welfare के लिए काम करती है. So this supports basically local and global communities. Basically, the NGOs have the all India global impacts. They have the global organizations and they have the global sort of regional offices. They actually give the budgets to the people, to the organization, and they also fund those people. So basically for the medical growth, for the economical growth, and so on. Contributes to the United Nations. So whenever basically it just contribute to the United Nations is like कि हम लोग जब काम करते हैं, nation India as a country, we represent that what we are doing for the for on national basis. It comes in the United Nations and it contributes. It shows that what the things we are doing, what we are doing for the growth and again the betterment for the people, the environment, and the society. All right, and that basically these reports are actually been made by organizations itself, what we are doing in the country, and that goes to the United Nations and WHOs, the UNICEF, and other countries as well. Increases investment opportunities. So when we invest, we basically, as I told you, the companies give a budget, a sort of budget for these opportunities, basically for the people itself, for the medical issues. If they are facing the challenges and the like, because charity work, for example, so people do charity work for the aged people, for the people who are, they are having diseases, some sort of these things basically we do for them. Opportunities basically. So how we present press opportunities like becomes, we actually hope you have seen LinkedIn basically. So what lot many organizations float their whatever the betterment and growth and the events and the workshops, whatever they do for the charity works and everything, they throw on these sites basically. So they actually also have the marketing team in the basically organizations where we throw these links and everything to show the on they also update on the websites and everywhere. They also give into the newspapers and everything where they get the same name, of course, the profits, because a lot of other organizations and countries invest in the organization itself. All right. Increases customer retention and loyalty. So of course, जब आप काम अच्छा करेंगे, of course everyone will definitely praise, and they will give you a sort of the customer retention you'll get that their a kind of I should say भरोसा मिलता है उन्हें that the companies are really doing good. They give you the of course the funds and everything to give you these opportunities to carry on. What are the purpose like? What is the purpose of corporate social responsibility? आप लोग को इतना तो अब तक समझ में आ गया होगा, वेरी सिंपल वर्ड्स, जो भी है हम लोग जो दूसरों के लिए अच्छा करते हैं, दिस इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ दोज रीजंस ओनली. So what is the purpose? The purpose of corporate social responsibility is to give back to the community. Whatever you do for the best, for the good, it you have to give it somewhere back. Like again, I'm saying that because it is like whatever you're doing in medical field and society's welfare and everything. Again, because these words are going to be used it again and again in CSR, because you are actually doing very good for the organization structure. You will get a space, you'll get the information where you represent your organization in a good manner, where people can actually appraise you and give you a platform. So take part in philanthropic causes and provide positive social value. Businesses are increasingly turning to CSR to make a difference and build a positive brand around their company. So ऐसा नहीं है कि because these companies are doing it just for themselves. No, not at all. They are actually doing for the sake of themselves as well, for the growth basically, because they also wanted to come in a queue of good companies, good organizations where they can represent that the companies are really doing good from their end. They are funding people, but not apart from that only. Their motto is basically a social welfare. What is the concept of CSR? Corporate social responsibility is a management concept, okay, whereby companies integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operations and interactions with their stakeholders. So it's the concept is very simple. Again, I'm saying that it is very simple concept that आपको अपनी कंपनी के बिहाफ पे अच्छा आपके जो डिपार्टमेंट्स होते हैं कंपनीज को ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को लोगों के भले के लिए पैसा लगाना होता है. They have to actually go for the good and growth, not only for the social activities and everything. These are basically social activities called. They have to go for the company is basically concerned with the people. People is basically concerned with the environment. Environment is basically connected with the social activities. So you have to, anyways, whenever you guys will grow up, you join the companies, you are going to join the government companies as well. You are going to join corporate, CS, anything, whatever you want to do. Whenever you're gonna join any company, you have to give a platform. You will get a platform from the organization's end that you have to go for these basically CSR activities. You have to go for it because humne bhi kari thi. All right. So let me go to the next slide. So it's like, what are the CSR? Basically the 1 second, guys. Okay. So what the some of the most common examples of CSR includes reducing carbon footprints, improving labor policies, participating in fair trade, diversity, equity, and inclusion, charitable global giving, community and virtual volunteering, corporate policies that benefit the environment, and socially and environmentally conscientious investments. आपको मैंने जो अभी examples दिए हैं, whatever the examples I have given you, connected to employees, for the people, for the environment, for the social responsibilities, these are all coming into those categories. I have given an example of the charitable global giving, like people doing for the growth of the people who are organizations basically who are basically for the like in a very old age homes basically they give funds people in old age homes they give food shelter and all those things in basically charitable sort of things. Improving में आपको मैं बताती हूँ, it's all about the labor policies. I hope you have heard about the labor laws these days. So all the time, every year, labor laws keep on changing. Okay. So nowadays, we are basically companies earlier don't used to give, a lot of other the best and benefits to the employees and everyone. But now things are changing day by day. The scenarios, current scenarios are completely changing and they are giving the best to the employees and for their levels and all because they have levels, they have departments whom they give the funds. So basically according to that they give the funds to the people for their welfare, for their medical issues and everything. Okay, what 6 ideas for bringing CSR principle into your daily business? What are the principles like? Social commitment. Through its core business, the group seeks to create meaningful medicines to help patients live longer. आपने देख ही लिया है, अभी मैंने आपको बताया था लाइक कोई एज में है, कोई जिनको डिजीजेस हैं, कोई इश्यूज हैं, they have that sort of social commitments. Organizations have the social commitments to take care of the the medical issues also because they take care of the they give medical benefits to the employees. They give the medical benefits to the social activities. They have got the funds from the from the other countries and from the very big organizations as well. So there is one of our organization is basically PHFI. There is UNICEF. There is UNO. These organizations, very big organizations, they are all on a very good note. Even our organization as well, IDRC, funds to people for their growth and for the people for the betterment, for the growth and everything. So I basically, as I told you, I'm in IDRC. So we got the funds from the Canada government, all right, and we basically work for the people who are in Myanmar, who is in Bangladesh, who is in Pakistan, who is in Arunachal Pradesh, who is in Nepal. The people who are suffering, who are they are suffering from a lot of other problems. They don't have food to eat. They don't have shelter to live. They don't have anything else. They don't have medical facilities and anything that sort. So we fund actually IDRC funds to those people. They work for their projects. We work for those projects to give them the best to the country. Okay, human rights. Human rights, you know that? Human rights, what they have? Khana, pina, ghar, rehna, medical facilities. Okay, these are the basic rights of the human. They should get that. So the company, the organization, the government has given a sort of, as I told you, the law which they have made. They have told every organization to do for the betterment and growth of the people. So these are the basically comes under the human rights as well because these are the social activities they do, and according to this, they have got the like they have got the platform, they have got the stake, they have got the name, they have got the profits. The company comes up, they will understand which company is doing the best in the country. So many companies which are doing nowadays are very good and they are doing CSR activities, of course, from last since so many years. It's been from 2013 onwards, but still it has become a it has become a it is now it is very necessary to all the organizations have to go for it. They don't have any choice. They have to go for it because otherwise if they're not going to do it, nobody will take the initiative to go for it. Labor rights and work conditions. So what are the labor rights like? Of course, अगर वो लोग नहीं काम करेंगे, उनको नहीं वो सब दिया जाएगा जो उनके इश्यूज हैं, जो उनके प्रॉब्लम्स है, जो फेस करते हैं, they have to go under that. They should get the, of course, basic rights. अगर if they are not going to get the basic rights, they will not able to come above the level. Environmental responsibility, as I told you, no harm to the surroundings. As I told you, like the beaches example, business conduct and organization's behavior should be based on the ethics of honesty, equity, and integrity. So this is business conduct basically. It is a organization's one level of thing where they have to take care of these ethics, again, the honesty, equity, and integrity, because they have to take care of the law in a very good manner. They have to follow those laws. They cannot take a step back. An organization is to comply with all applicable laws and regulations, and it informs those within the organization of their obligation to observe and to implement measures. Basically, organizations have to definitely, as I told you just now, they have to follow, they have to apply these laws, and they have to, under these laws and regulations, उनको ये करना ही होता है. Impacts क्या रहते हैं इनके? Impacts of CSR. Companies benefit through lower operating costs, increased sales, and customer loyalty, great productivity, gaining the ability to attract and keep skilled employees, getting access to more capital through more willing investors, etc. CSR is a thoughtful and practical way to give back to society. As I just told you, until unless if we are not going for the good and for the betterment, for the profit, for the welfare, then what will happen? The other countries, they will not fund your organization. They will not give you a sort of a place. They will not give you a platform to perform where they can come and they can plan, they can, according to these social activities, they can give you a better, better, I can say they can better showcase themselves, they can better do well there itself, and they can show the world that how the companies and the organizations are growing according to these activities above. And these will help us, these will help these companies, of course our company as well, to grow in the market. What organizations activities like? So CSR is not a new concept in India. Corporates like the Tata Group, the Aditya Birla Group, Oil Corporation, I think I'm unable to see, I'm so sorry, and to name a few, have been involved in serving the community ever since their inception. Many other organizations too have been doing their part for the society. 4 years ago, Reliance Industries Limited launched a countrywide initiative known as Project Drishti. So what I'm showing it here is like Reliance Industries, definitely they have come with the projects, because generally they work under the projects. They have the projects. They have, just we have in IDRC, we have a project like with the name of K4DM. So that project is, for the help of the betterment and growth for the people of these states which I have mentioned just now. So this is also, Reliance Industries will also have the Project Drishti to restore the eyesight of visually challenged Indians from the economically weaker sections of the society. This project, started by one of India's corporate giants, has brightened up the lives of over 5,000 people so far. Role of Tata Steels can't be ignored while discussing about CSR. Tata Steel promotes and encourages the economic, social, and educational development within its communities while also giving active support to local initiatives. Its mammoth social outreach program covers the company managed city of Jamshedpur and over 800 villages around it through upliftment initiatives in the area of income generation, health and medical care, education, sports, and relief. I hope so. This is very simple, in a very simple language. These companies definitely coming with the projects, as I told you, and under these projects, they take care of their food, their shelter, their diseases, their problems, whatever they are facing related to their body. As I told you, the project being done by this Tata Steels and by these Reliance Industries, they're taking of the eyesights and everything. that sort. So this is all related. CSR is basically a simple activity which you have to do for the reforms of the organization, from the organization's end to the betterment and growth for the simple people and environment, for the employees who are related to them, for the growth. So let's go to the next slide. These are the social corporate responsibilities, companies basically who are doing these in action. And there are more other companies which are coming, of course. There are more other companies. There are many more international companies also which are doing on the same. So in India, Reliance, Mahindra, ONGC, of course, Hindustan Lever, Tata Steel, Wipro, TCS, and Infosys. These are all the okay, corporates basically. All right. So these are all the corporate companies basically who are doing the betterment and growth for the people and the society. So I'm just giving example again here. Only the 4 examples in a very short manner. Reliance has strategically chosen the company's CSR initiatives with a focus of improving the quality of life. And the initiatives focus on 7 areas: rural transformation, health education, sports for development, disaster response, arts, culture and heritage, and urban renewal. This is doing by all Reliance. Again, in the different fields and the aspects of life. Aligned to the Rise for Good mission, we focus our efforts on the constituencies of girls, youth, and farmers by supporting them in education, health, and livelihood enhancement with innovative programs that harness the leveling power of technology. So you know that like आज की डेट में in छोटे छोटे गांव में भी technologies basically जा रही हैं. So all these done by whom? All these done by the help of organizations who are working in it, like Vodafone, Airtel. These are also these corporate agents or corporate organizations which are doing the same job. They are also doing the same in the same field and for the betterment, because they also, because we want people to be stay connected, people to be get the health, don't feel any health challenges. They will be connected to these. And the rural transformation, of course, आजकल की डेट में villages भी are also turning up into towns. Okay, so Infosys Foundation, what they are working on, they work towards removing malnutrition, improving healthcare infrastructure, supporting primary education, rehabilitating destitute individuals, and caring for animals, and preserving Indian art and culture. आपने देखा होगा भी recent news में था. So what basically in Orissa, so lot of the पुरानी कुछ ऐसी मतलब like what do say, I should say, पुरानी कुछ ऐसी हमारी एक generations हैं जो आज भी they are doing a very good job. They have the handicrafts items they basically do. So a lot of corporates are coming to that field and give the of course the platform to them as well, for the women as well, how they are doing their job. Basically they are coming up with the stitching, the handicrafts items. Basically they are making saris, they are making the potteries they are making for the household items and everything. So what corporates are basically taking the initiative on that basis also. They also buy those items from them. Also, they actually give them the funds to give the best to the society. In the past, TCS set up sanitation facilities at public schools as part of the Government of India's Swachh Bharat Abhiyan for the year 17. An awareness and behavior change campaign was implemented at several locations as part of our continued support to the program. So TCS, I have a friend who is in TCS basically. So these TCS companies basically all into the they are all, this is itself is a big organization, hands-on, and they're basically they have come up with the sanitation facilities. So they have provided the public toilets to the kids and to the students in the school. Most of the public schools there, they can go under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and they can use it, because their sanitation facilities were not good, and this is why the TCS has helped them to grow more. What is the recent developments in CSR? Well, I'm not taking too much of your time, guys. I'm just going to end up in a few minutes. Recent developments in CSR is like some of the most popular CSR trends in the area of corporate social responsibility include increased transparency, investment in green technologies, local community and employee engagement, and diversity and inclusion activities. तो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा अभी I hope anybody have heard the news in green technologies. They have come up with solar solar panels and everything. Most of the we are using also villages in a solar panel. They are turning up in solar panels and all. Does anyone know about this? Anybody would like to answer? You're most welcome. चाहे
Yes,
आप गलत बोलो पर
students.
बोलो या
No, no,
I'll
no.
correct you.
Yeah, yeah. They are giving the answer in the chat box. Yes, they have heard about it.
Wonderful, very good. Guys, I'll give you a bit information later, but not now. Let me just finish it off this one. So a lot of villages are now turning up into green technologies. What they are doing it now? So many companies are turning these villages into a solar panels. Basically, they are coming up with some solar panels, of course, in villages. They are actually giving the technology to on a higher side. They are giving those villages to get into connected easily with the towns, with the with the of course with other states as well, so that they will not facing any challenge. And they are through this they can use, of course, I hope suna hoga aap logon ne, according to the gases they are using, they are of course using chula right now, but for these things they are charging, they are getting the lights and everything, and they are also doing the agricultural उनका अपना खेती भी वो उससे करते हैं. Okay, just using these basically these solar panels according to for the initiative and for the growth again, for from their end as well. In recent years, corporate social responsibility has become a higher priority for companies as they recognize the numerous benefits to their businesses, employees, communities, and the environment. Being a good corporate citizen is an increasingly important objective for many successful organizations. So again, I'm saying it's not only the corporate organizations doing like in a bit way, but it is for the growth, it is for the profit equally, because the profit simultaneously for the social growth and for the environment, these are going simultaneously. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि companies are doing good, but they are actually under the law, and according to the law they have to follow those things, they have to go for the benefit of the society. Let me come to the next one. Current scenario. In the current scenario in India, the New Companies Act amended in December 2012 mandates the corporate to spend 2% of their average net profits of the last 3 financial years towards CSR. This is applicable for companies with a turnover of 1,000 crore per profit after tax of 5 crore or net worth of 5 crore. All right. So I hope आप लोगों ने मैम से पढ़ा तो होगा कि बैलेंस शीट्स दिखानी पड़ती हैं कंपनीज को, और आई थिंक आप लोगों को पता होगा कि हर कंपनी को अपना बैलेंस जो है वो शो करना पड़ता है. एवरीवन नोज राइट? डेफिनेटली रेणुका मैम आपने बताया होगा इनको. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, they are also writing specifically yes, because they are getting this subject also.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful, ma'am, wonderful, good job. So the basically companies are actually regulated, and they have to, according to the act, they have to show their balance sheets to the government. Basically they are providing these details, and these audits basically happen, and through this, according to their profits and everything, unke profits mein se 2% जो है, they have to give for the betterment and growth for the society. अगर ये लोग ये societies को ये अपना profit नहीं देते हैं, तो government will charge them. They will take the action against them, because this is the rule, this is the law. In current scenario, this is happening from December 2012 onwards, and this is a mandate now. So now CSR is seen as how business negotiates its role within organizations such as profit, growth, and expansion. And at the same time, outside organization, keeping balance and society and environment. So business should be conducted to make planet sustainable. ताकि हमारा जो continuity है, it will keep on going. It will keep on doing the good. it will keep on doing the betterment of the society. If we are not take the the things and responsibility on ourselves, then who will going to do? Who will going to take care? So the act of today has impacted on tomorrow. Of course, जो हम आज करेंगे वो हमारी आगे वाली जो जनरेशन है, जो आप लोग हैं, वो करेंगे. Because अगर हम आज सही नहीं करेंगे, then how will you going to perform? How will you going to act? How will you going to show to the world that what you guys can do for the society? आप जैसे बच्चे भी आज की डेट में सोसाइटी के लिए बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं. If you have seen, there is a person, I think the Mumbai beaches is been cleaned by a person. I'm just forgetting his name, but he's just only 17 to 18 years guy. And he has become so well known now that he has उन्होंने अपना एक खुद का एक NGO ओपन कर लिया है, and it is whole in the country now. Everyone knows about it. I am forgetting the name, but unfortunately this is what all going on. Okay, so this is the whole CSR scenario basically nowadays, and this is what I'm here. I'm just apprising you all. I'm just informing you all. CSR is basically a very simple words. I'm saying that it is for the betterment and growth of the company by the organization who is bounded with the law and regulations, which they have to actually perform and show, and they have to spend into the funds basically for the betterment and again for the growth for the people. So जैसे हम कर रहे हैं, I am basically into IDRC. So I am basically, our projects is providing the people the same the issues they are facing. They are facing these challenges. They are undergoing these diseases. They are undergoing with the food problems. They are undergoing with the अपने बच्चों को नहीं पढ़ा पाते हैं, कुछ नहीं कर पाते हैं. Bangladeshis, Myanmars, they are facing a lot of challenges nowadays. Actually, they don't have any support. So these corporates support those people to perform better, to do the best, to go for the good. So this is the end from my side, and I really wanted to thank you all for bearing me, and my really gratitude to everyone, of course. And I wish everyone a best future, a wonderful job, please, done by you all. आपके parents इतना अच्छा कर रहे हैं, and I'm sure वो बहुत अच्छा करेंगे. And another last but not least, आपको अगर जो भी question है, please the platform is on. You guys can easily ask me, please. Ma'am, back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. It was wonderful session. Specifically, we are waiting for the questions. Students, if you have questions, we are waiting for you. Ma'am, I'm getting the question from the student that this CSR, yes, it has become legal. So each and every company has to comply this?
Definitely. It is, as I told you, this is basically a law. This is basically a regulation, and every organization, basically corporates, government organizations, they have to go under this, the session, basically these rules and regulations, and they have to comply it. And this is permissible, and this is actually applicable for everyone, for every organization. They have to do these CSR activities.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Any other question? I think you got your answer.
Be comfortable, please. Do ask whatever the things you have in your mind. It is the time you can ask, please. अगर आप लोग आज नहीं पूछेंगे तो आप कल कुछ नहीं समझ पाएंगे. Please, खुलकर पूछिए.
Absolutely.
The platform is definitely on for you all. Ask me whatever you feel like, बेटा. जितना बेस्ट करके दिखा सकते हैं आप लोग दिखाइए.
Yes, all the students, please write down your queries or send to me. We are here to answer questions.
Yeah. I'm very happy with these participants. Basically, each and every student is very precious to me, because I'm really happy that I'm, coordinating today and giving you the session on this thing. It is simply, beta, कि आप लोगों को ना, मतलब you have to please take care the basic human inside is basically the human basic जो आपके parents ने भी आपको दिया is a kindness, is a gratitude towards others. Okay, so this is related to basically this only. आप जिस भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आगे जाके ज्वाइन करेंगे, कहीं पर भी आप जाएंगे, जहां पर भी आप जाएंगे, जो भी आप बनेंगे, आपकी मैम इतना अच्छा पढ़ा रही हैं आपको, जो भी वो पढ़ा रही हैं आप उसको ग्रैब कीजिए। जितना नॉलेज आप लेंगे, जितना आप ग्रैब करेंगे, उतना आप फ्यूचर में जाके, इट्स माई श्योरिटी, आई एम गिविंग यू द गारंटी दैट यू विल डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू बी द गुड। आई एम टेलिंग यू, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट वर्थ दिस इंफॉर्मेशन। हमें भी लगता था हम जब कॉलेज में थे, स्कूल में थे, कि पता नहीं टीचर्स कैसे पढ़ाएंगे, बट दिस इज ट्रुथ। whatever they are giving you the best and best from their end. They are showing you the best world, because they also wanted, your Reniko ma'am also wanted you to be the best in the whole society, and you do the best for others as well. It is not just from your side, your parents side. Teachers is are, teachers are always all your parents itself. They are basically your second parents in college and in schools, because they are giving you the things, what you have to do, what you're not to have to do. But the basic step, the first step is kindness and gratitude. अगर आप अपने मन में kindness रखेंगे, gratitude रखेंगे दूसरों के लिए, so then CSR will be very easier for everyone for you. It is not a big deal. It is very, very hand to hand basis. All right. Yes, Achin, tell me, beta.
Yes,
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you a question. How are the companies tracking or measuring their this corporate social responsibility impact on the social fields? Like, how are they measuring it? Like, is there
So
any indicator for that?
yes, definitely, Achint. As I told you, that companies basically, so lot many companies basically give budgets, as I told you, right? So the budgets being given by these organizations is being floated to the particular department. All right. When they give this budget, they are all documented. So when they are documented means it is under the eye of the management. So when it is under the eye of the management, they give the projects. So the project Drishti, as I've been told you, by Reliance, and we have the projects as like IDRC, like K4DM. We have the projects. Basically, we do projects accordingly. So they have the project department for the welfare and the society of these people, of these states, and of these anything like for social activities. So they have the tracking according to these projects, and they have the, of course, project managers, project team, project operations team, basically, who take the initiative and track of these things. And their reports will get, under that, the reports will get made, and that reports being presented to the management. Any other question? Anyone?
yes, students, we are waiting for your question. If you have any other question, we are waiting for you. Yeah. I think there
बेटा
is
डरो मत, आप लोग खुल के बोलो, दिल खोल के बोलो प्लीज, कोई भी नहीं डरेगा, खुल के बोलो। कुछ भी पूछना है आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं, आज ये प्लेटफॉर्म खुला है। वैसे भी कोई पर्सनली अगर पूछना चाहे, आई थिंक आप लोग को सबको पता होगा, इशिता इज देयर, इशिता इज माय डॉटर, सो शी इज आल्सो देयर इन द सेशन, एंड मैम इज देयर, ऑफ कोर्स सबसे ऊपर मैम है। मैम को आप सबसे पहले आप इन्फॉर्म करें, शी हैज माय नंबर, she can give my number to you. If anybody have any kind of a sort of question, they can come to me directly, and they can ask me whatever you feel like. बाकी आपको जो भी सही लगता है आप लोग पूछें।
I think there is no question.
No problem.
Obviously, they will.
They are actually hitching just because 95 people are
Yes.
there. Hitch नहीं करना जिंदगी में
Yes.
बच्चों।
But the
Okay.
session was very wonderful session. They
Thank
are
you so
getting
much.
an idea that CSR has become legal now.
Yes,
And
definitely. It is legal.
most important thing is that whenever the companies are complying,
Yes.
they are not only fulfilling the requirement of basic amenities of the society, but it is most important for them that they have to specifically
Undergo.
fulfill all the requirements of their
Yeah.
workers.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Of
agreed,
course.
ma'am. We
For
are,
the
yes, most
employees, for
and
the social people.
yes, you have also told us about the basic requirement, specifically in their financial reporting. There must be a budget which will be created for the
Yes.
CSR,
Yes.
and what is the qualifying criteria under which a company has to compile this CSR, corporate social responsibility. Now it has become a very important for all the companies.
Absolutely.
When they are coming, these companies are lying under the qualifying criteria.
Right.
Ma'am, this was very enlightening session.
Thank you
Our
so much.
students got different kinds of the view. Actually, they are reading all these things in books. We are
Oh,
teaching them.
yeah.
You have enlightened us. You have given an idea in which way the companies are following these rules and regulation. You
Yeah.
have given lot of examples, sake of it, in which way the companies are fulfilling the CSR. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, ma'am.
No
Thank
problem.
you very much for taking the session
Thank
and
you.
giving us your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very
Thanks a
much,
lot. Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone, Beta. Thank you, everyone, to join here, Bacha. Really, my good wishes to you. And especially Renuka ma'am, thank you so much. I'm really delighted. I'm really delighted here. And I would love to, of course, meet these kids if I can get a chance. But I just really wish all the best to them. बहुत अच्छा करे भगवान करे ये लोग बहुत अच्छा करें मेरी गुड विशेस इन लोग के साथ थैंक यू सो मच थैंक
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you
you
very
bye
much for
bye
delighted session.
thank you so much
Feedback form is also attached in the chat box. All of you, please do not forget to fill the feedback form. It has been shared with all of you. And we are going to start our next session. After 5 minutes, we will start our next session, which will be taken by our next esteemed guest. After 5 minutes, we will start. Please do not leave the portal. We are here for the next session.
Good afternoon, Renuka ma'am.
Good afternoon, Harpreet sir.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Divya. Most welcome to you, Divya, for taking a
Thank you.
session, for giving a valuable time to our student. Our esteemed faculty, Dr. Harpreet is here. Dr. Harpreet, kindly welcome to Divya.
Okay, I'll start, ma'am. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I, Dr. Harpuneet, welcome you all to the second session of the 5th day of this workshop being conducted on the topic practical exposure on accounting analytics and entrepreneurial skill development. So the workshop, as we all know, is aimed at building strong concepts of accounting as well as vibrant entrepreneurial skills so that we can contribute to our nation's development. And this workshop will definitely enhance the analytical capabilities as well as the skills of the students for taking various decisions regarding the economic environment. And for the same, I would like to welcome Divya Sisodia, a chartered accountant. She is currently working as an article assistant at Thakur Vaidyanath Iyer and Company. She joined this organization in the year 2018 and performed statutory, GST, and internal audit of various corporates and trusts. She has done extensive testing in the area of investment and income thereon, borrowing and finance cost, fixed assets and depreciation, cash and bank. She has done verification of various statutory dues, balance sheet finalization and reporting, preparation of income tax computation of various companies, and preparation of audit documentation as well. She has handled clients like Sri Baidyanath Ayurved Bhavan Private Limited, Bar Council of India, Blind Relief Association, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and Sri Ram School, to name a few. Now, I would request Ms. Divya to take over and share her knowledge and wisdom with all our participants pertaining to the topic capital and resource requirement for the entrepreneurs. Ms. Divya, all yours.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thank Swaricha ma'am and Renuka ma'am for inviting me to this session. And secondly, currently I'm working in another organization, not in Thakur Vaidyanath Iyer, and I'm not an article assistant now. Yes.
My apologies. I got your
No,
profile.
no, it's okay.
Sorry.
I just wanted to correct.
Okay.
So I would like to start this session. Can I share my PPT here?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Yes. So first of all, I will give a brief insight about what is entrepreneurship and who is an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is nothing. It is just the whole process of setting up a business, getting and generating an idea, and then setting up a business, managing the whole business, and at the end, getting earning the profit or the revenue, and contributing to the GDP of the economy. So this is an entrepreneur. This is what is entrepreneurship is. And then who is an entrepreneur is the individual who is having the idea, who is managing all those things, who is arranging the finances and capturing all the information, and then he is putting all his efforts, and then he's contributing to this his goal. So that is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur can be even Ratan Tata. He is also an entrepreneur, and even simply a chai wala. I mean, pani puri wala. He's also an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur की कोई एक ऐसी definition नहीं है कि एक इतना स्केल वाला पर्सन ही entrepreneur हो सकता है. आप छोटे से छोटा बिजनेस करो तो भी आप entrepreneur हो, and अगर आपका बहुत large scale पे या फिर आप number one industrialist हो, then also you are an entrepreneur. So now I would like to focus more on the startup, because as we all know India अभी lag कर रहा है startups में, and from as compared to US and China, तो India बहुत lag कर रहा है, तो इसलिए I would like to just focus on startup. A startup क्या है? Startup when we compare with entrepreneurship, startup is a part of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a very broader concept, and startup उसका बहुत एक छोटा सा part है. तो स्टार्टअप में क्या होता है, हम बिजनेस को स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, इनिशियली उसकी सीड फंडिंग कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस आइडिया लेके आ रहे हैं, फाइनेंसिंग अरेंज कर रहे हैं, एंड देन उसके बाद बिजनेस को ग्रो कर रहे हैं. एंड बिजनेस को ग्रो करना, दैट इज मतलब बिजनेस को एक पूरा उसकी फाउंडेशन से लेके एंड टॉप लेवल तक ले जाने तक का जो पूरा एक प्रोसेस होता है, दैट इज इन स्टार्टअप. सो नाउ स्टार्टअप में क्या होता है कि अगर किसी भी इंडिविजुअल के पास कोई भी आइडिया है, बिजनेस आइडिया, then he can simply think over that idea and हाँ ठीक है चलो मुझे बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है. एंड तो सबसे फर्स्ट थॉट क्या आता है कि उसके लिए मुझे फाइनेंस चाहिए. सो फर्स्ट सोर्स होता है इज लाइक माय सेविंग्स. सपोज अगर मेरे अकाउंट में कुछ है, सम हैवी सम है, देन इट इज ओके, बट अगर नहीं है देन मैं किससे मांगूंगी? सेकंड इज माय फैमिली, बिकॉज सबसे क्लोज मेरे लिए कौन होगा? मेरी फैमिली, लाइक माय पेरेंट्स, माय सिबलिंग्स, I can ask from them, and also my close friends, because इसका एक benefit भी है, because family and friends हो सकता है कि आपसे कम rate of interest चार्ज करें या फिर इंटरेस्ट ही चार्ज ना करें, और हो सकता है कि उनको पैसे वापस भी ना देने पड़े. So initially seed funding के लिए जो स्टार्टअप्स होते हैं वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि जो छोटे छोटे मोड्स होते हैं ना, हम वहां से फाइनेंस अरेंज कर सके, बिकॉज एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स एंड VCs, ये जो वर्ड्स हैं, ये स्टार्टअप्स के लिए, स्टार्टअप्स को सोचने भी नहीं चाहिए इनिशियली, एंड ऑल्सो बहुत फ्रूटफुल भी नहीं होते हैं. दैट आई विल टेल यू व्हाई. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज दी सम ऑफ दी वेज हाउ टू फाइनेंस अ स्टार्टअप. लाइक आई सेड, पर्सनल फाइनेंसिंग इज, सपोज मेरे अकाउंट में अगर कुछ है पैसा, या फिर कुछ भी मेरी सेविंग्स थी, मैंने म्यूचुअल फंड्स या स्टॉक मार्केट में लगाया था, वो सारा मैं उस सबको मैं अपने स्टार्टअप में लगा सकती हूँ. सेकेंड इज माई क्रेडिट लाइन. सो क्रेडिट लाइन्स क्या होता है? मेरी क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री के बेसिस पे बैंक भी हमें क्रेडिट रेटिंग देती है कस्टमर वाइज, एंड उसके अकॉर्डिंग अगर मेरी क्रेडिट रेटिंग्स अच्छी हैं तो बैंक भी मुझे लोन इजीली प्रोवाइड कर देगी. तो दैट इज ऑल्सो माई पर्सनल क्रेडिट लाइन, बिकॉज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ माई केपेबिलिटीज मुझे मिल रहा है फाइनेंस. देन सेकेंड, थर्ड इज फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स, आई ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड. देन कम्स पीयर टू पीयर लैंडिंग. पीयर टू पीयर में क्या होता है? सपोज मैं और मेरी कोई फ्रेंड, या फिर कोई भी फ्रेंड मेरा, एंड हम लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि चलो एक स्टार्टअप करते हैं. आई हैव अ बिजनेस आइडिया एंड दैट अनदर पर्सन हैज अ मनी. तो हम दोनों मिलके क्या करेंगे? अपने जो स्टार्टअप है उसको फाइनेंस कर सकते हैं. सो दैट इज पीयर टू पीयर्स. क्या होते हैं? जो हमारे कलीग्स होते हैं, मतलब जो हमारे सहपाठी, हमारी लेवल पे जो लोग हैं, वो हमें हेल्प करते हैं. दैट इज पीयर टू पीयर लैंडिंग. नेक्स्ट इज क्राउड फंडिंग. क्राउड फंडिंग का मतलब द वर्ड इटसेल्फ सजेस्ट, क्राउड मींस, अब इसमें बहुत ज्यादा लोग, एक प्लेटफॉर्म होता है, इट इज अ पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म. लोग क्या करते हैं? उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं सारा पैसा, एंड जिसको इमीडिएट रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, बट इतना इजीली नहीं मिलता, लाइक आई एम सेइंग, उसके लिए भी बहुत फॉर्मेलिटीज पूरी करनी होती है, देन ओनली आपको उस क्राउड फंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म से फाइनेंस मिलेगा. एंड ऑल्सो जो एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स होते हैं, they also finance through crowdfunding platform. So crowdfunding का मतलब क्या होता है? इन्वेस्टर्स को, मतलब जो बिजनेस आइडिया जिसके पास है एंड जिसके पास जो इन्वेस्टर्स हैं, दोनों को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आता है, सो दैट स्टार्टअप को एक फंड मिल सके. And next is micro loans. Micro loans, as I've already told you, बैंक से हम लोन ले सकते हैं on the basis of my credit. जो भी मेरी क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री है उसके बेसिस पे बैंक मुझे लोन प्रोवाइड करेगी, एंड दैट इज माइक्रो लोन्स. देन कम्स वेंडर फाइनेंसिंग. ओके, वेंडर फाइनेंसिंग क्या होता है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेंडर क्या होता है? वेंडर इज समवन, सपोज मैं आई एम एन वेंडर, मेरा एक बिजनेस है, अब मुझे उसके लिए सप्लायर से कुछ रॉ मटेरियल्स परचेज करना है. तो सप्लायर क्या करेगा? सप्लायर मुझे क्रेडिट पे कुछ भी अमाउंट देगा, सपोज 10 लाख और 20 लाख, एंड इन रिटर्न अब मुझे बार बार उस सप्लायर से ही परचेज करना होगा, एंड जब मेरा बिजनेस रेवेन्यू जनरेट करेगा देन आई विल पे बैक टू दैट सप्लायर. तो इससे सप्लायर का भी बिजनेस, सप्लायर ने भी अपने बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखा कि अगर वो मुझे फाइनेंस प्रोवाइड कर रहा है तो मैं भी फिर उसी से जाके परचेज कर रही हूँ, किसी और सप्लायर से परचेज नहीं कर रही. एंड जो मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट थी कि आई वांट रॉ मटेरियल्स, तो वो भी मुझे फुलफिल हो गए. तो यहाँ हम दोनों की रिक्वायरमेंट्स फुलफिल हो गई. तो दैट इज वेंडर फाइनेंसिंग. देन कम्स फैक्टरिंग अकाउंट्स रिसीवेबल. अकाउंट रिसीवेबल ये हमने अकाउंट्स में भी पढ़ा हुआ है इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड. जब बीआरस होते हैं कंपनी के पास, सपोज कंपनी ने सेल करी, अब कंपनी क्रेडिट सेल्स भी करती हैं, जो भी लार्ज स्केल, मतलब जो कंपनी जो लार्ज स्केल पर है वो क्रेडिट सेल्स करती है. एंड डेटर्स, सपोज डेटर्स ने अगर एक साल से ज्यादा हो गया अभी तक रीपे नहीं किया है, एंड कंपनी इज इन नीड ऑफ फंड, उसे अर्जेंट नीड है फंड्स की, तो कंपनी क्या करती है? बैंक्स के साथ या फिर कोई भी ऐसी फैक्टरिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस होती हैं उनके साथ अरेंजमेंट करती है कि सी दिस इज माय बीआर, मुझे उस पर्टिकुलर मिस्टर ए या मिस्टर बी से 1 लाख या 2 लाख का ड्यू है, तो उसका आप जो भी चार्ज डिडक्ट करो. सपोज 2 लाख का ड्यू मुझे मिस्टर बी से है, तो मैं बैंक को जाके बोलूंगी कि आप इसके बदले में मुझे 1,95,000 दे दो, एंड जब 2 लाख वो रीपे करेगा तो वो पूरा आप रख लेना. तो बैंक का भी चार्ज हो गया 5,000, वो ले लिया, एंड जो मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट थी वो भी फुलफिल हो गई. अब ये जो अकाउंट रिसीवेबल वाला मेथड है ये स्टार्टअप्स के लिए नहीं है ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज स्टार्टअप का मतलब है कि अभी बिजनेस स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ है, तो अकाउंट रिसीवेबल की तो कोई बात ही नहीं आती है. सो दिस मेथड एंड ऑल्सो वेंडर फाइनेंसिंग, दीज आर फॉर द बिजनेस जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टेंस में है एंड जो कि बहुत ही स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस है. तो वही छोटे छोटे मेथड से भी फंडिंग अपनी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज जरूरी नहीं है कि आप सीधा एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए जाएं या फिर वीसीज के पास जाएं, एंड ऑल्सो वो इतनी जल्दी से इन्वेस्ट करते भी नहीं. ओके, सो देन नेक्स्ट I will talk about angel investors and the VCs. अब angel investors के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि हमको कब angel investors पे जाना है एंड जाना चाहिए भी नहीं जाना चाहिए. So if I'm in startup generally they don't go to angel investors directly, because first of all there is an obligation that they have, their business should provide should provide at least 10x return to the angel investors, because angel investors कौन होते हैं? Angel investors भी eventually they are also an entrepreneurs, like some of the angel investors, Anupam Mittal, CEO of Shadi.com, and Vijay Shekhar Sharma, CEO founder of Paytm. तो ये खुद से ही entrepreneurs हैं, तो बहुत ही इंटेलेक्चुअल्स हैं एंड दे हैव लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, तो वो इतनी इजीली किसी भी बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट करते नहीं हैं. तो उनको इम्प्रेस करने के लिए या फिर उनको कन्विंस करने के लिए एक प्रॉपर हमको एक ब्लूप्रिंट प्रिपेयर करना होगा बिजनेस का, लाइक about the business plan and the business strategy, and then finally a pitch deck presentation. So what is business plan? Business plan is जो मेरा business idea है, और अगर existing business है then मैं क्या और उसमें एक्सपेंशन करने का मैं क्या सोच रही हूँ वो मुझे क्लियर होना चाहिए, बिकॉज अगर मुझे ही क्लैरिटी नहीं है देन मैं सामने वाले को क्या कन्विंस करूंगी. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक कॉन्फिडेंस होना बहुत जरूरी है जो भी प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बिजनेस प्लान में क्या होता है? बिजनेस प्लान में इन केस ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस तो हम उनको दिखा सकते हैं अपना कि ओके हमारा लास्ट ईयर का बिजनेस में इतना प्रॉफिट था, एंड उसका जो रेंज प्रॉफिट है वो बढ़ता जा रहा है, लाइक 10% था फिर 11% हो गया, एंड देन इवेंचुअली इट इज इंक्रीजिंग ईयर बाय ईयर. सो वी कैन से यस आवर बिजनेस इज इन द ग्रोथ फेज में जनरली इन्वेस्टर्स दे इन्वेस्ट इन द ग्रोथ फेज ऑफ बिजनेस. एंड then in case of startups के केस में we do not have any financial past, हमारा कुछ नहीं है, we do not have any financial background, so what we prepare is the forecast मतलब हम forecast करते हैं कि हाँ future में, in future 1 year or 5 year हमारा business if as per plan हमारा business चला तो हमारा business का कितना profit generate कर सकता है, and also क्या क्या problems हम face करेंगे. तो प्रॉपर एक फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में क्या बनाएंगे, बैलेंस शीट, देन P&L अकाउंट, एंड देन कम्स कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. ये दीज आर द बेसिक स्टेटमेंट्स जो हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं. इससे क्या होता है, हमारी स्किल्स भी सामने आती है, इन्वेस्टर्स को पता चलता है कि यस हम फोरकास्ट, बिकॉज फोरकास्ट करने के लिए भी दे विल हायर ऑल दी जो भी प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, अकॉर्डिंगली दे विल प्रिपेयर ऑल दी फोरकास्ट. किसके लिए, बिकॉज दे नीड investments. So financial statements forecast होगा, and then comes the strategy. Now strategy is the key. अगर आपको स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं है बिजनेस की, कितनी भी अच्छी आपका बिजनेस आइडिया हो, बट अगर एग्जीक्यूशन अच्छा नहीं है, देन इट विल बी अ फेलियर. सो स्ट्रेटेजी में क्या होता है, एज हमने बिजनेस स्टडीज में भी पढ़ा हुआ है, मैनेज करने के लिए हमको क्या करना होता है, प्लानिंग, देन डायरेक्टिंग, स्टाफिंग, कंट्रोल. प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, डायरेक्टिंग, स्टाफिंग एंड कंट्रोल. सो ये जो होते हैं, दीज आर दी फाउंडेशंस. हमको इनको ही फॉलो करना होता है. अब हमने प्लान कर लिया कि बिजनेस आइडिया आ गया, ओके आई विल डू दिस, आई वांट टू स्टार्ट दिस बिजनेस. नाउ देन कम्स ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इज पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन, मार्केट रिसर्च होना चाहिए. इफ पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस एरिया में आई एम प्लानिंग टू स्टार्ट अ बिजनेस, तो उस बिजनेस में जो उस इंडस्ट्री में वो बिजनेस किस स्टेज पर है, लाइक ग्रोथ, इंट्रोडक्शन है, ग्रोथ है, मेच्योरिटी है, डिक्लाइन है, बिकॉज अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट हमारा बिजनेस का फ्यूचर डिसाइड होगा. अगर ग्रोथ फेज में है, दैट मीन्स इमेंस कंपटीशन है, कंपटीशन ज्यादा है, तो फिर आपको उसके लिए उस हिसाब से यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ कि यस कंपटीशन आई हैव टू फेस. तो आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी भी उस अकॉर्डिंग बहुत ही स्ट्रेटेजी स्ट्रॉन्ग होनी चाहिए. देन कम्स, अगर बिजनेस ऑलरेडी मेच्योरिटी फेज में है, मेच्योरिटी फेज में आते आते क्या होता है, बिजनेस थोड़ा सा कंपटीशन कम हो जाता है ग्रोथ से, एंड तो सारे बिजनेस मतलब सरवाइव कर जाते हैं. बट ग्रोथ में क्या होता है ना, कुछ बिजनेस तो बहुत ही फ्लरिश करते हैं, कुछ बिल्कुल ही क्रश हो जाते हैं. तो हमें ये देखना होगा कि मैं जिस बिजनेस में जाने का प्लान कर रही हूँ वो किस स्टेज पे है, एंड मार्केट रिसर्च करना होगा. देन कम्स, यस, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज, कोई आप में कमी निकालने से बेटर है आप खुद ही अपने बिजनेस प्लान में बताओ कि दीज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट आवर बिजनेस कैन फेस, एंड हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व दोज प्रॉब्लम्स. बिकॉज इससे इन्वेस्टर्स ऑफ कोर्स इम्प्रेस होंगे कि यस केवल अच्छी अच्छी बातें नहीं बताई हैं, बेकार, मतलब ये भी बताया कि ऑब्वियसली बिजनेस में कुछ मतलब हो सकता है कि थोड़ा बहुत ऊंचा नीचा हो सकता है कि बिजनेस ना भी चले, बिकॉज उसके भी चांसेस होते हैं. स्टार्टअप है ये, एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस में देयर आर लेस चांसेस ऑफ फेलियर, बट स्टार्टअप में देयर आर मोर चांसेस ऑफ फेलियर. देन कम्स दी पिच डेक प्रेजेंटेशन. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस पिच डेक प्रेजेंटेशन? लाइक आई एम शोइंग यू दिस प्रेजेंटेशन. एक नॉर्मल पीपीटी प्रेजेंटेशन होती है, बट एंड हाँ ज्यादा मैक्सिमम 15 to 20 मिनट्स की प्रेजेंटेशन होती है. इसमें जो भी अभी पॉइंट्स मैंने बताया, बस एक प्रेजेंटेशनल फॉर्म में हमको प्रेजेंट करना होता है सामने इन्वेस्टर्स के सामने कि सी दिस इज माय बिजनेस मॉडल एंड दिस इज माय बिजनेस प्लान, दीज आर द स्ट्रेटजीज व्हिच आई विल यूज, and this is these problems we can face, and these are the solutions through which we can solve those problems, and all those things. So then one more important concept is there, that is business model. Okay, so business start karte waqt humko sabse pehle kya, first of all business hai, it is a for profit, NGOs को side में रख के बोल रही हूँ मैं, it is a profit organization. अभी नहीं सोचेंगे, एटलीस्ट 6 महीने बाद हम सोचेंगे कि हाँ बिजनेस में प्रॉफिट तो होगा, अदरवाइज इन्वेस्टर्स क्यों इन्वेस्ट करेंगे? बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली दे आल्सो वांट सम रिटर्न ऑन देयर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, नॉट सम रिटर्न, दे वांट हैवी रिटर्न्स ऑन देयर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. सो ऑब्वियसली प्रॉफिट के बारे में तो सोचना ही पड़ेगा मुझे बिजनेस में. सो बिजनेस मॉडल मुझे एक रेडी रखना होगा कि यस बिजनेस मॉडल इज द सोर्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू. आई मीन मेरा बिजनेस किस हाउ इट विल earn the revenue, how it will generate the revenue, वो मुझे बताना पड़ेगा. and that is the key, that is very important, जिस पे फोकस करते हैं इन्वेस्टर्स. बिकॉज अगर हमारा बिजनेस मॉडल ही क्लियर नहीं है और अगर नॉर्म, तो फिर दे विल नॉट इन्वेस्ट, बिकॉज ऐसे हवा में बातें करने से इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं होता. बिकॉज मोस्टली आई थिंक 0.1% पीपल they are able to attract the investors, especially the angel investors or the venture capitalist. बाकी सबको इन्वेस्टमेंट मिलता ही नहीं है, बिकॉज या तो उनके बिजनेस प्लान में कुछ लैग होता है, या फिर द वे दे प्रेजेंट देयर प्लान उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है, सो दे डोंट गेट द इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. जो पिच डेक प्रेजेंटेशन प्रॉपर होना चाहिए. Like I said, it should be maximum of 20 minutes. And first is the introduction, like this is my business plan, and then comes what are the problems am I going to face, then the solution, then about the marketing, I mean the market size, मेरा business किस stage पर है, and how it will generate the profit, the financial statements, as I already said. Then comes business model, and then eventually अगर वो इम्प्रेस हो गए आपके पिच डेक प्रेजेंटेशन से, देन दे विल इनपुट सम मनी इनटू योर बिजनेस. ओके, नाउ some जो methods already which I have discussed, these are just fancy words used for those methods, but they are already eventually the same. Like bootstrapping, as I already told, first method is the first source to generate finance is from my personal savings or my family, my friends. So bootstrapping is something an individual is starting whole of his business from his own sources. He's not using any external financial sources, and he's just using his personal finances. That is bootstrapping, because इसमें this is a win-win situation. अगर बिजनेस चला, then obviously सारा प्रॉफिट मुझे ही मिलेगा, या फिर मेरे क्लोज फैमिली को मिलेगा और माय फ्रेंड्स. और अगर बिजनेस डूबा मेरा, देन ऑल्सो लॉस मुझे बियर करना पड़ेगा. एटलीस्ट मुझे किसी और को पेमेंट करने की ऑब्लिगेशन तो नहीं रह जाएगी. सो दिस इज अ विन विन सिचुएशन for me, I mean for a entrepreneur. Then comes trade credit, as I've already told you, like vendor financing की तरह है. ट्रेड क्रेडिट में हम एक एग्रीमेंट करते हैं अपने क्रेडिटर्स के साथ कि सपोज मैं आपसे अगर आई एम परचेजिंग एनीथिंग फ्रॉम यू, एंड जब वो मैन्युफैक्चर होगा या फिर जब सर्विस प्रोवाइड होगी, वहां से जब रेवेन्यू अर्न होके आ जाएगा, एंड देन आई विल रीपे टू यू. तो इसमें क्या होगा, मेरा रेवेन्यू जो है वो भी मुझे उसमें भी कोई हर्डल नहीं आ रहा है, एंड ऑल्सो जो क्रेडिटर है उसको भी पेमेंट करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रही है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ मेथड ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग. देन कम्स फैक्टरिंग. Factoring is simply factoring account receivable, like BR discounting, which we have already studied in our I mean from 11th standard we have studied this BR accounting. Now comes leasing. This is very important. Leasing is a leasing or buying product. This is a key decision. So we need to make the cost benefit analysis, okay, whether we will be, or the organization would be in a profitable situation if it leases the equipment or leases the fixed assets, or rather than to buy it. Because जब हम purchase करेंगे, then we have to make all the payment at once, or if we do not have the amount, then we have to take loan from the organization, from the financial organization institutions. But in leasing हमको मंथली इंस्टॉलमेंट, मंथली लीज पे करना होगा. सो इससे बर्डन मेरा जो होगा वो मंथली, मतलब इवेंचुअली मुझे मंथली पे करना होगा, तो वो कैसे भी अरेंज हो जाएगा. लाइक बहुत नॉर्मल एग्जांपल है लीजिंग का, इज लाइक हम फोन्स परचेज करते हैं. लाइक आई हैव आल्सो परचेज माय फोन ऑन EMI. सो बिकॉज इससे क्या होता है, बर्डन हमारा शिफ्ट हो जाता है. ऑब्वियसली वी आर पेइंग एक्स्ट्रा, इंटरेस्ट हम ज्यादा दे रहे हैं, बट अगर हम उसको अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट देखेंगे, देन वी आर इन अ विन-विन सिचुएशन. बिकॉज एक तो हमारा एक साथ हमें पे भी नहीं करना पड़ रहा, एंड दूसरा हमारा जो भी पर्पस था वो भी अचीव हो रहा है. सो लीजिंग ऑफ कोर्स इज अ वेरी गुड, इट इज वेरी गुड मेथड ऑफ फाइनेंस. Then comes angel investors, and last is my angel investors and venture capitalists, and it is also very important. Angel investors. So angel investors, first of all, नाम से लग रहा है कि हाँ कोई फरिश्ते आएंगे हमें पैसा देके चले जाएंगे, बट ऐसा नहीं होता. ऑब्वियसली फरिश्ते ही होते हैं, बिकॉज वो स्टार्टअप्स को ज्यादा फंड करते हैं. बिजनेस का कुछ पता नहीं है, अभी बिजनेस का एक नॉर्मल सी एक नॉर्मल मतलब ब्रिक एंड मोर्टर, वी डोंट नॉट हैव एनीथिंग, वी डोंट हैव एनी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, बट उसके बाद भी वो हमारे प्लान में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. सो ऑब्वियसली दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड एंजल्स. बट एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स से फंड लेना इज नॉट अ वेरी इजी टास्क, because as per the market data, only 1% or less than 1% entrepreneur, they are able to attract the they are able to attract the finance from the angel investors. So obviously they need to prepare, like I said, they need to prepare about, they need to know, so sorry, uh, they need to prepare about their business plan, business strategy which they are going to use, and then the proper pitch deck presentation. Then only they will be able to get finance from the angel investors. Because like I said, angel investors क्या होते हैं, जो खुद जिन्होंने स्टार्टअप किया था, या फिर जो बहुत CEO CFO एग्जीक्यूटिव लेवल टॉप लेवल पे लोग हैं, they are very rich and they have money, they have invested all their money in like stock market, mutual funds. now अब उनको और रिस्क लेना है कि नहीं, या फिर रिस्क नहीं लेना, बट दे वांट कि हाँ इंडिया में भी स्टार्टअप का कल्चर लाइक शुरू हो रहा है. ऑब्वियसली शुरू हो रहा है, पिछले 4-5 साल से बहुत कल्चर स्टार्ट हुआ है. एंड इवन आई ऑल्सो, आई डोंट नो व्हेन आई विल डू दैट, बट यस, कभी कभी मुझे भी लगता है कि यस आई शुड ऑल्सो स्टार्ट समथिंग, बिकॉज जॉब्स, आई मीन दिस इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. इज सिंपली अलग लेवल की स्केल है. And also we can, by doing a job we cannot contribute to the GDP directly, but by being an entrepreneur we can contribute to the GDP. So, and as a youth, we should at least try once, we should at least give it a shot कि हाँ एक बार तो लाइफ में कोशिश करें कि हाँ कोई ऐसा बिजनेस आइडिया स्ट्रक हो रहा है आया माइंड में, या फिर इफ वी हैव लॉट ऑफ मनी देन एटलीस्ट किसी और को हेल्प कर सके हम. सो वी शुड डू दैट. नाउ नेक्स्ट कम एंजल्स. क्यों बोलते हैं उन्हें? फर्स्ट रीजन इज क्योंकि वो स्टार्टअप्स अभी बस एक ब्लूप्रिंट रेडी किया है एंड दे आर रेडी टू फंड, बट एंड आल्सो फेवरेबल टर्म्स ऑफर करते हैं. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ फंडिंग. फर्स्ट इज इक्विटी एंड सेकंड इज डेट. अब इक्विटी एंड डेट अगर देखा जाए फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ इन्वेस्टर, सपोज इफ आई एम एन एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स, तो मैं चाहूंगी इक्विटी में इन्वेस्ट करना. व्हाई? बिकॉज इक्विटी में क्या होगा, बिजनेस जैसे ग्रो होगा, जितना प्रॉफिट होगा उतना शेयर मुझे मिलेगा. बिकॉज डेट में क्या होता है, नॉर्मल लाइक बैंक, जैसे बैंक लोन प्रोवाइड करती है उसको इंटरेस्ट मिलता है एंड देन प्रिंसिपल इंटरेस्ट प्रिंसिपल मिलता है, फिक्स अमाउंट मिलता है. अगर बिजनेस मेरा फेल हो रहा है तो भी मुझे फिक्स अमाउंट मिलेगा, एंड बिजनेस अगर बहुत आगे जा रहा है, सपोज वो 1000 टाइम्स अगर बिजनेस बड़ा भी होगा तो भी मुझे सेम अमाउंट मिलेगा. तो इक्विटी इन्वेस्टिंग में एक बेनिफिट होता है कि अगर मेरा बिजनेस प्रॉफिट कर रहा है, देन आई एम द सिंस आई एम द ओनर, I own a percentage, I own a stake in that business, so I will get a part of the profit of the business. So investors क्या आते हैं जो, लेकिन only those investors they invest in equity who are the risk takers. They should be they have that experience कि yes उनको पता है कि इस business idea में लगाएंगे and it will provide them revenue, it will provide them appropriate return. So they will invest in the equity, and if they are not sure of this then they will invest in the debt, because at least उनको fix जो है वो तो मिलेगा ना. And also अगर business नहीं भी चला, then also there are some formalities like in case of government के through or from in the like a process called liquidation, उसके through मिल जाता है. जो हमारे debtors होते हैं जो उनको repayment हो जाता है, but जो shareholders होते हैं उनका कोई भी उनको केवल बिजनेस अगर प्रॉफिट में है देन ओनली दे विल गेट देयर शेयर, अदरवाइज बिजनेस डूबा तो उनका भी पैसा सारा डूब जाता है. सो बहुत हैवी रिस्क होता है, बट हाँ रिटर्न भी बहुत ज्यादा होता है. सो अगर आप अगर इन्वेस्टर्स रिस्क टेकर है देन ऑब्वियसली दे विल इन्वेस्ट इन दी इक्विटी पोर्शन, दे विल इन्वेस्ट एज इक्विटी नॉट एज डेट. Then comes venture capital. So before going to this, I just wanted to differentiate the angel investors and the venture capitalists. Angel investors simply क्या होते हैं? Simply they are the individuals, okay, high net worth individuals हैं जिनके पास बहुत पैसा है, बहुत experience है, and they were also an entrepreneur, तो उनको पता है कि what all the hardships entrepreneur is facing. So थोड़ा emotionally attach होते हैं वो startups के साथ, उनके ideas के साथ, एंड ऑल्सो इन रिटर्न हमारी भी एक इमोशनल हमारी भी एक ऑब्लिगेशन क्रिएट हो जाती है कि यस वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड देम सुटेबल फंड्स, बिकॉज एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स क्या होता है, उनका खुद का पैसा भी होता है, बट कभी कभार क्या होता है दे ऑल्सो यूज द मनी ऑफ अदर्स, लाइक जो नॉर्मल रिटायरमेंट ले चुके होते हैं, पेंशनर्स हैं, उनका पैसा उन्होंने ले लिया, या फिर कोई एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन कोई ट्रस्ट है वहां से ले लिया। तो अब अगर किसी नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल का पैसा वो आप में इन्वेस्ट करना है तो ऑब्वियसली आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है। इसीलिए मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बोला था बिकॉज के स्टार्टअप को दे शुड नॉट डायरेक्टली गो टू एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स और बीसीज। अगर नॉर्मल फाइनेंसेस से जो स्मॉल मोड्स ऑफ फाइनेंसेस है, इफ दे एबल टू फाइनेंस फ्रॉम दोज मोड देन इट इज गुड, इट इज बेटर फॉर देम ओनली, because if they are taking finance from the angel investors and VCs, then their responsibilities and as well as their obligations also increases. And so first difference is angel investors क्या होते हैं, वो खुद इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, लेकिन VCs क्या होती है, एक institutions like if you normal search on Google पे अगर आप सर्च करेंगे then there are some institutions like AngelList, वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट, एंजल ब्रोकर्स करके कुछ ऐसी 2-3 आएंगी। वहां पे क्या होते हैं, सारे जितने भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस क्या करती हैं, जितने भी नॉर्मल छोटे छोटे इन्वेस्टर्स होते हैं वहां से पैसा इन्वेस्टर्स हैं जिनको इन्वेस्ट करना है, बट दे डू नॉट नो हाउ टू इन्वेस्ट एंड इन हुज बिजनेस आइडिया टू इन्वेस्ट। तो वो क्या करते हैं, वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट को अपना पैसा थमा देते हैं, एंड वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट व्हाट दे विल डू नाउ, they will invest in the business, they will invest in the entrepreneur, in the startups or in the existing business. So venture capitalist क्या है, it is an institution, एक organization है, registered organization होती है, but angel investors क्या होते हैं, they are individuals. Then secondly, angel investors as I've said सीड फंडिंग प्रोवाइड करते हैं, मतलब अगर आपका बिजनेस बहुत इनिशियली स्टार्ट हुआ है देन ऑल्सो वो आपके बिजनेस में दे आर रेडी टू गिव यू मनी, बट प्रोवाइडेड आपका आइडिया अगर उनको इम्प्रेस कर गया देन ओनली दे विल प्रोवाइड द मनी। और या फिर जो भी आपने पिच डेक प्रेजेंटेशन दिया था और द बिजनेस प्लान और द बिजनेस स्ट्रेटेजी यू हैव शेयर्ड विद देम, अगर उनको स्ट्रक कर गया देन दे विल गिव द श्योरली। बट जो VCs होते हैं वो थोड़ा सेफ खेलते हैं, दे आर सेफ प्लेयर। वो क्या करते हैं, जब बिजनेस स्टार्ट हो गया, प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस कमर्शियलाइज हो गए, हाँ अब दिख रहा है कि हाँ बिजनेस अब तो अच्छा ही चल रहा है, then at that time they will invest. So this is the difference between the both the AI and the venture capitalist. But obviously there are some similarities as well. Like I have told you what is the difference between the equity and debt investing. Dono angel investors and the VCs, they both can invest in the equity as well as they both can invest as equity or as debt, and they both generally invest in startups. First reason is they themselves were entrepreneurs, they themselves have faced all this situation, and second is they want to encourage all the youth to go for startup. And then second is idea funding karte hain. Idea funding is like as I've already mentioned, I've already explained, idea funding is simply on the basis of your idea. अगर आपका आइडिया बहुत ही यूनिक है then they will invest in that, और कुछ भी नहीं देखेंगे, आइडिया के बेसिस पे भी वो इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं। एंड लास्ट इज हाई रिस्क हाई रिटर्न। ऑब्वियसली रिस्क हाई इसलिए होता है बिकॉज इवन दो आइडिया बहुत अच्छा था, बिजनेस स्ट्रेटजी बहुत अच्छी थी, आपने बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया था, फोरकास्ट भी बहुत अच्छे बना दिए, सब इम्प्रेस हो गए, इन्वेस्टर्स ने भी इक्विटी में इन्वेस्ट कर दिया और डेट इन्वेस्ट जो भी था कर दिया, बट उसके बाद भी अगर बिजनेस नहीं चला देन of course they will also face a problem there. So risk बहुत high होता है, that's why I've said like angel investors and the VCs, they are very risk takers. इसलिए इनके पास जाने से पहले प्रॉपर हमको पूरा अपने बिजनेस का आइडिया लेना होता है कि हाँ हमारा बिजनेस whether this investment, this finance is actually required or not, because simply ये फैंसी वर्ड सुन के नहीं हमें चले जाना चाहिए कि नो एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स, वो आप इन्वेस्ट करेंगे भी नहीं, वैसे भी इतनी जल्दी इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते। एंड ऑल्सो बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमारे ऊपर आ जाती है इफ वी आर टेकिंग अ ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ फाइनेंस। सो बेटर होता है कि आप धीरे धीरे अपने ही सोर्स से, अपने क्लोज फैमिली मेंबर्स या फ्रेंड्स से ही फाइनेंस अरेंज करके अगर बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर सके, बिकॉज अगर एक बार बिजनेस आपका स्टार्ट हो गया, चल गया, देन एक्सपेंशन के लिए तो ऑब्वियसली इन्वेस्टर्स के पास आपको हो सकता है जाना भी ना पड़े, वो खुद से इन्वेस्ट करें. So this is the way. Now I would like to throw more light on the venture capitalist portion. Venture capitalists, as I've already explained, what they do, it is an it is a platform, public platform hai. Suppose I have money, I am very rich and I want to invest in something, but I do not have the idea okay which business to invest. So I'll simply give my money to the venture capitalist, and वो क्या करेंगे, सारा amount they will pool all the fund and then they will invest. अब उसमें सारे professionals बैठे होते हैं, and according to that they will invest either in startup or in small to medium sized firm or in large scale firms, anything as per the business strategy and the business plan, they will invest in that. Ab funds bhi, there are two types of funds. First is domestic. Domestic is suppose India ke startup mein agar India ki venture capitalist invest karna hai, that is domestic. But agar offshore, अब US में कोई rich person है, उसको नहीं पता कि इंडिया में ये स्टार्टअप भी है, तो हाउ ही विल इन्वेस्ट इन दैट. तो सिंपली एक ऑफशोर फंड हम क्रिएट करते हैं, उस फंड में ही विल पुट हिज मनी एंड देन दैट ऑफशोर फंड हैविंग ऑल हिज प्रोफेशनल्स, देन दे विल इन्वेस्ट द मनी इन दैट स्टार्टअप. सो इससे क्या होगा, हमारा बाहर से भी इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रहा है, फॉरेक्स भी आ रहा है, जो कि दैट इज ऑल्सो वैल्यू एडिशन टू आवर कंट्री. फॉरेक्स भी आ रहा है, एंड ऑल्सो हो सकता है कि हमारे जो बिजनेस आइडिया है डोमेस्टिक फंड, डोमेस्टिक वीसीज को पसंद ना आ रहा हो एंड ऑफशोर वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट को पसंद आ रहा हो. सो एक ब्रॉडन कर दिया हमारा जो प्लेटफॉर्म था सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस का, वो भी बहुत ब्रॉडन हो गया इसकी वजह से कि अब केवल इंडिया ही नहीं, इंडिया के बाहर वाले भी स्टार्टअप में इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड इवन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने भी एक स्टार्टअप इंडिया इनिशिएटिव ऑर्गेनाइज किया था, आई थिंक इन 2016, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द डेट. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट क्या था कि गवर्नमेंट ने एक क्राइटेरिया सेट किया था, लाइक द टर्नओवर, जिसका टर्नओवर इज अप टू 25 लाख, then government will help them or government will provide the suitable finance for those startups. and also 5 साल से ज्यादा का नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज उसके बाद फिर वो obviously 5 साल के बाद तो that is not a startup, that या तो वो पता चल जाएगा कि हाँ कंपनी चल रही है, then okay government will not support them, government फिर किसी और फ्रेश स्टार्टअप को सपोर्ट करेगा. या फिर अगर आपका बिजनेस नहीं चला then obviously you're not in startup. so स्टार्टअप गवर्नमेंट इंडिया इनिशिएटिव आया था, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो, उसका भी हम फायदा उठा सकते हैं इफ वी आर प्लानिंग फॉर अ स्टार्टअप. देन ऑफशोर फंड, ऑब्वियसली एलएलसी, एलपी कुछ भी हो सकता है. Now, as I've told you, venture capitalist invest करने से पहले they will see something and they want ये बहुत ही लॉन्ग टर्म फंडिंग करते हैं, ऐसा फंडिंग नहीं, बिकॉज बहुत लार्ज स्केल बिजनेस को फंड करते हैं, लाइक जो कि मिलियंस या बिलियंस में अर्न कर रहा है, तो उनको वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट फंड करते हैं. देन ऑब्वियसली जो टाइम पीरियड होगा, टाइम होराइजन होगा, वो भी काफी ज्यादा होगा. सो मिनिमम 3 years एंड मैक्सिमम 10 years. देन नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज लैक ऑफ लिक्विडिटी. लिक्विडिटी क्या होता है? लिक्विडिटी इज द एबिलिटी टू पे टू इट्स current liabilities, like अगर डे टू डे जो मेरी liabilities हैं, डे टू डे obligations हैं, अगर बिजनेस वो ही पूरा नहीं कर पा रहा है, then obviously वो किसी लॉन्ग टर्म या फिर किसी भी डेटर को और दी नॉन करंट जो मेरे डेटर्स हैं उनको कहाँ से डीपे करेगा. सो दे सी इनटू अकाउंट दी वर्किंग कैपिटल, कि कंपनी के पास इनफ वर्किंग कैपिटल है कि नहीं. वर्किंग कैपिटल क्या होता है? आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू नोज दिस. वर्किंग कैपिटल इज द एक्सेस ऑफ करंट एसेट, दैट मीन्स जितना एक्सेस कैश मेरे पास है. सपोज अगर कुछ ऐसी इमीडिएट रिक्वायरमेंट आ गई मेरे बिजनेस में कि मुझे अभी अगर कुछ किसी डेटर को पे करना पड़ रहा है, तो दैट आई शुड हैव वर्किंग कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट. सो दे विल सी दैट. एंड देन इक्विटी पार्टिसिपेशन, मोस्टली वो इक्विटी के फॉर्म में ही इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, बिकॉज उससे क्या होता है, ओनरशिप they will get some ownership, and अगर business चल गया, then obviously they will enjoy the return, and also they wanted to become the key decision maker of business, because इसी के through वो business world में entry लेते हैं through the equity financing. So they generally finance through equity, not through debt, because obviously they are high risk taker. They are ready to take risk, and they are the risk takers. Okay. Now I would like to highlight some of the venture capitalists or some of the angel investors जो कि entrepreneur रह चुके हैं and they are investing. So like as I have already mentioned, Paytm founder Vijay Shekhar Sharma, then Ratan Tata, then the Ambani Foundation is also funding the startups. Then next is the Sachin Bansal, Vinny Bansal, founder of Flipkart, and there are many more. Now I know सबका क्वेश्चन होगा कि how to हमें कैसे हम अरेंज कर सकते हैं एंजल इन्वेस्टर से फंड या फिर वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट से. सो फर्स्ट इज कि हमें उस तरफ जाना ही नहीं है, बिकॉज बहुत ज्यादा हमारी ऑब्लिगेशंस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाती है. बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमको स्टार्टअप के बारे में ही नहीं सोचना चाहिए. ऑब्वियसली स्टार्टअप अगर हम चाहें तो बहुत छोटे या फिर बहुत छोटे अमाउंट से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, एंड देन उसके बाद धीरे धीरे जैसे बिजनेस हमारा ग्रो करता जाएगा, ऑब्वियसली हमको इतनी फाइनेंस अरेंजमेंट के लिए इतनी कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा अरेंजमेंट, एंड ऑटोमेटिकली दे विल इन्वेस्ट इन आवर बिजनेस. सो फर्स्ट हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है कि एक आप बिजनेस आइडिया लेके आओ, यूनिक बिजनेस आइडिया लेके आओ. यूनिक नहीं भी है अगर, इट इज नॉट अ रिवोल्यूशनरी आइडिया, एटलीस्ट इवोल्यूशनरी होना चाहिए. एग्जिस्टिंग जो चल रहा है उसमें कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन करके हम लेके आ रहे हैं. देन ऑल्सो पहले आप उस पर फोकस करो rather than focusing on this part, because ये पार्ट बाद में आएगा आपका, but of course this is also very important part. And as I have explained, जो small sources of finances होते हैं, that is very important, because उसको ही तो हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी फाइनेंस की. देन हम कैसे अरेंज कर सकते हैं? फर्स्ट इज नॉर्मल गूगल सर्च. अगर मैं गूगल सर्च करूंगी कि टॉप इंडिया टॉप 10 एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स ऑफ इंडिया, तो नॉर्मली वो क्या सीईओज के नाम आ जाएंगे. बट हाउ टू अप्रोच देम? सो आई हैव नॉट ट्राइड दिस, बट यस आई हैव यूज्ड लिंक्डइन, एंड आई नो लिंक्डइन पे दे इट इज अ प्रोफेशनल नेटवर्क. सो आप क्या कर सकते हैं लिंक्डइन पे? With the help of LinkedIn Premium, you can just send them connection request, and you can even personalize the request with a message, with a very short message like this is your business idea, and you agar aapka idea unhe impress karega, then obviously they will invest and they will reply. Otherwise agar wahan se bhi reply nahi aaya, then just try to find out their email id. और second method is, then agar wahan se bhi kuch nahi hota, then hum Twitter pe bhi we can try to get their email id. Otherwise agar Twitter से भी हमारा email ID नहीं मिली, then there are many platforms. I have named down some platform. First is Angel List, then Indian Angel Network, Let's Venture. These are some of the platforms जिसके through, because they organize all the workshops. यहाँ पे investors भी आते हैं and startups, entrepreneurs भी आते हैं, and through this we can get finance. Okay.
Thank you, Divya, so much. This was actually a very indeed insightful session. Now, before moving on, I would request all the students, if they have any question pertaining to the presentation, they can put down their questions in the chat section so that we can read it out to ma'am. Yes, students, we are waiting for your questions. Ma'am, in the meantime, while the students are asking their questions, I just have one question. Being a female, you must have actually faced a lot of problems and some issues. Can you please highlight a little issues that a female entrepreneur might face while going to a, let's say, angel investor or venture capitalist, or even a bank, for that example? What are the challenges that a woman entrepreneur might face? Because there are a lot of female candidates in this session also.
Okay. First of all, I am not an entrepreneur now.
Yeah,
Yes.
but maybe you can highlight
maybe yes.
some
Female, I don't think on the basis of gender will face any problem or something, if I have the capability to explain my business idea, an idea तो किसी के भी दिमाग में आ सकता है, whether it is a male or female, but the problem कहाँ होता है, how to convey my idea to the other person. So as I've already told you, angel investors and VCs, they are the last option. They should be the last option because obviously they fund a very large scale business and वो बहुत ही intellectuals होते हैं, they have experience as well. They know, वो मेरे body language से they will know कि yes, कि मेरा जो business idea है वो obviously whether I will work on it or just मैं बस बोल के चली गई. So as a वो invest नहीं होता, so simply I am saying कि जो छोटे-छोटे sources of finances हैं, and we should focus on only on those. And I don't think male and female अभी तक like I have pursued CA and उसमें भी मुझे ऐसा कभी कोई भी problem face नहीं हुआ कि male और female के basis पे ऐसा कुछ भी I have never faced. So वो तो that part I cannot answer, but yes surely अगर if I will plan, I will start a business, then obviously मेरा business idea मेल्स से भी बेटर होना चाहिए. अगर मुझे कंपटीशन में खड़ा होना है तो मुझे उनसे भी बेटर लेके आना है. जस्ट बिकॉज आई एम फीमेल मुझे उसके बेसिस पे प्रायोरिटी नहीं मिलनी चाहिए, बिकॉज द अदर पर्सन ही इज ऑल्सो he or he simply on the basis of this gender I don't think कि कोई problem face होगी future, because I have never faced any problem like
That's good to know actually.
yes.
Students, any question from your end?
From the part of students, they are asking to me, there is a question because students are unable to unmute themselves. The question is that obviously we are getting information in regard of venture capitalist and the angel investors. We are talking about the digital technology in this present scenario. Whenever we are thinking about the idea, because these are the students, young generation, and they have a lot of ideas in their mind. Is it essential whenever the students, the young generation is going to start a venture, there must be technology in between so that they may get this kind of the fund, they may get the assistance from the venturist, or there must be any kind of the idea? Whenever we are talking in reference to the funds, deliberately lots of funds have been released by the entrepreneurship fund of the government, but specifically they are finding out the technology. Technology must involve in it. So my question on behalf of student is that whenever these younger generation is going with the idea, is it essential there must be a part of digital technology include in that idea so that they will get the fund easily?
See, initially if an entrepreneur has an idea and if he's not from the IT background, then obviously he or she does not know anything of this IT. But why they are focusing on this digital technology, as we have faced the COVID pandemic, and in those situations what happened is we are not able to go outside, we are not able to interact with the we are not able to conduct our business from the shops basically. So digitalization is very important, and digital does not mean that your business idea should be related to the IT. That is the work of an IT department that they will handle. Your idea should be like, if we take example of Zomato, then what is the purpose is to provide you food anytime and wherever, anytime, anywhere. But online, they're providing, we can order online. That is a digital part, and that is not my headache. That is not my headache. That is the headache of the IT department. So only on this, this should not be an hint, or we should not think over this part. I think if we have a business idea, then just focus on it. And the digital part obviously is very important, because in some situation, if we are in very remote area, then we are not able to, like I am conducting this session through Zoom, I am not there. So of course digitalization is very important, but yes, this will not hinder the business idea. If we
You are saying yes, digitalization is important, either by this part or any part, but it is not essential that whenever the idea is based, it is
it
based
should
totally
be
on the
Yes.
Yeah, digitalization.
Yes.
Because either we are talking about the selling, we are talking about the marketing, we are talking about the business. It means for any kind of the product, if they are going to reach to the customer, I think this virtual platform is very convenient to reach.
Yes.
So either this way or that way, they are using the technology to reach the customer and directly hunting the market. Obviously, they have to face the rivalries in their business.
Yes.
Digitalization will automatically involve in it.
Digitalization is there with every business idea, but what I mean difference किस चीज का होगा हमारे business idea, because digital like Zomato is also there, Swiggy is also there, and many other. But different क्या होगा कि मेरा what is my like customer service as something essential, something addition, value addition which I am providing to my customer, that should be from that we should focus on, not on this digital part. But अगर मैं I'm not talking about the company like IT companies, Infosys or Wipro. I'm just talking about the business plan. So IT क्या होता है? IT is just it is a kind of infrastructure. लाइक रहने के लिए घर चाहिए, इसीलिए बिजनेस के लिए हमें थोड़ा आईटी की हेल्प चाहिए. बट बिजनेस प्लान क्या है मेरा, दैट विल नॉट आई मीन उसकी दैट विल नॉट बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू recall.
Yes, we are getting that it is not essential that our whole idea must be based on the
IT.
information technology.
And there are many examples, like in Delhi, I've seen there's a one franchisee, Bittu Tikki Wala. It is also a very famous franchisee in Delhi. And wo,
Yes.
I don't think they are on, they are focusing on any IT or something, but they are earning revenue. So, yes, IT will not hinder the business idea.
One more question, Divya. Our younger generations, talking about the students, lots of ideas are going in their mind when they are getting your lecture, they're sitting your lecture. Yes, it is to enlighten. And most important thing, they are getting the crux. If they are going for fun, how will they get it? So if they want to approach these people, if they want to approach the company, how will they get an idea? That how will they approach, how will they talk to them? Is there a kind of list, is there a kind of information will they get from any hub? How will they get it? Because idea will be successful or not, they will get the capital or not, it is a second part. Yes. It will depend on their presentation, it will depend on the quality of their idea, but how will they approach these people? It is a kind of a line which has been created, a government is in the process of creating this kind of the hub. How will they approach?
Okay, so first is as I've already told you, like government has started this startup initiative back in 2016. So of course we can put our business idea over there, and if they get I mean if they see this, yes, this will work, then obviously they will provide funds. And another way I told you, I think I have also used this like LinkedIn, and this is a very important, because LinkedIn pe we do not I mean I also maybe not knowing all the features of this LinkedIn, but yes, we can use, and we can even contact the CEO of Netflix also. We can just write a message, and if our idea is impressive, and obviously that the same person will invest. And sometimes they do not reply, obviously, because they receive so many messages. Then as I've already told you, what we need to first of all, our approach should be professional, not of a personal. We should have a professional approach, and we should increase our networking. Like अगर हम we are in college, then we should बैठ के we should think कि हाँ, this should be the business idea, and if किसी के contact में है कोई business person, then we should get his or her number, and networking अपनी increase करनी है, because इससे क्या होता है, eventually किसी ना किसी का known तो होता है, that person is a business person or an investor. तो एक first is this method, like अपने friends के through we can go, and second is normally workshops organize होती हैं, like I have heard this international summit, अभी इंडिया का summit भी हुआ था 2022, तो उसमें क्या होगा, अगर आप उसमें पार्ट लेंगे, then obviously आपको पता चलेगा कि अब मैंने बता दिया that this is a pitch deck presentation, but that is not important. आप जब देखेंगे जाके कि ऑब्वियसली वो कैसे प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपको प्रेजेंटेशन, अगर आप प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पा रहे अपने बिजनेस आइडिया को, then obviously investors they will not invest because it is their hard earned money, and वो तभी invest करेंगे जब उनको लगेगा कि yes there is some potential in you or in your idea. तो आइडिया ठीक है आपने सोच लिया, उसके बाद आपको प्रेजेंट करने वाली उस पार्ट पे पूरा फोकस रखना होगा. एंड हाउ टू अप्रोच, आई हैव टोल्ड यू सम ऑफ द मेथड्स. एंड नॉर्मली आप क्या वर्कशॉप जो भी ऑर्गेनाइज होते हैं ना, आप उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करो, तो उसके थ्रू आप यू गेट टू नो के यस दिस इज द वे टू अप्रोच. उससे प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर मिलेगा, विल गेट प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर. लाइक अभी देयर वाज अ शो शार्क टैंक, तो उसमें सारे लोग आके अपना टेक प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे थे, and on the basis of the presentation only they were investing. They were investing 1% or 2% equity or debt. So this is how the investors invest. So they should focus on this part, how to convey their idea and invest. जो भी जितना भी वर्कशॉप्स होते हैं उनको अटेंड करें. एंड मार्केट रिसर्च इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आपकी मार्केट रिसर्च स्ट्रांग है, एंड नॉर्मल ये नहीं कि आपने गूगल से डेटा उठाने से नहीं होगा, आपको खुद बैठ के विथ पेंसिल एंड पेपर आपको खुद से रिसर्च लिखनी होगी, एंड देन ओनली आई थिंक यू विल गेट द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स.
Okay, it means first of all they have to go with a kind of systematic process. They have to find out the loophole, there is the gap in the market. Then they have to check out what is the demand for the specific thing, what is the supply. They have to do a kind of market research.
Full market analysis.
Yes. Either the what is the rivalry steps which have been taken, the government process which is. So instead of doing dependence on the secondary data, they have to involve themselves.
Yes.
And they must have,
yes.
Yes,
ma'am, as I've already explained, because business has a cycle, proper cycle, like growth, introduction, growth, and maturity and decline. So, and in each phase, there is the competition level is different, the entry exit is different. So, just I have an idea. Idea is not sufficient there. Idea at which I want to start in which sector, and that sector is in which stage, that I should know. I should have that much of analysis with me on my hand, which I can convey to my investors.
Yes. We must have analysis, we must have interpretation, we have to
interpretation, yes, this
the knowledge of the market. We have to check out which will be our target customer, and then we have to create the idea. And second most important thing, presentation skills. You are saying presentation skills are most important,
like
yes.
How to convince them, how to highlight your problems, then how to tell them, like, suppose we face this problem, then we're going to solve it in this way. So yes, this should be better है कि investors के question करने से पहले हम ही सारे questions खुद ही answer कर दें. So that is better.
Yes, absolutely. Where are the gaps? Where are the loopholes, shortcomings? They have to find, and on the basis of they have to create the idea, and they have to learn the presentation skills.
Yes. And presentation skill does not mean you should have the idea of PPT.
Yes.
I was saying presentation means how to present your idea.
Yes,
PPT चलाने PPT के लिए आपको बहुत मिल जाएंगे, but
absolutely
idea
right.
बताने का कोई नहीं मिलेगा, वो खुद ही बताना पड़ेगा.
Absolutely right. Presentation skills means that you have to present your idea. You have to give the orientation of idea, that how will it provide you income, because whenever you will go for the venture capitalist or angel investors, they are more focused towards the profits, revenue generation. So in which way your idea will work? Am I right, Divya?
Yes.
The session was very enlightened, a very good view, and the basic thing which you have told to student, the things are going to change, scenario is going to change, our India is going to change, and the platforms, virtual platforms, specifically India has been turned into greatest market hub. Now our government going to give the opportunity for becoming the entrepreneur. The door has been opened to you. This is the workshop which is being conducted for your knowledge, and now it is your choice, it is your skills. How will you grab the opportunity? Now I request Dr. Harpuneet, kindly give a vote of thanks to Ms. Divya.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Divya, for enlightening us. And to summarize, we can say that on raising capital or entrepreneurship is nothing but a series of steps or a process that one has to follow, and each step has its equal importance. And in your words, that you must have a clear idea to begin with. So idea generation is very important. So on that note, on behalf of Amity University, our Chancellor, our Vice Chancellor, and our Head of Institute, and faculty and students, I'd like to thank you so much for taking out a time on your busy schedule, from your busy schedule on a weekend, on a Saturday. And along with you, I would also like to thank all the students and participants who have joined us for this wonderful event and wonderful session. I thank you once again from Amity University, Divya, and we hope that we can see you once again in the upcoming sessions, and if you have time for that specifically. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Renuka ma'am, any last words?
Yeah,
And I also want to thank
you very
Renuka
much to
ma'am.
Divya. Thank you very much to her, Dr. Harpuneet. And thank you very much to my dearest students who are here as a patient listener. And I hope you are getting lots of things with this lecture. I'm very obliged to our IT support who is continuously supporting us for this, conducting this workshop very smoothly. We are thankful to all of you. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.